So this video is made for my mom, but I'm going to share this on the internet in case anybody else needs to show their parents on how to use a mobility scooter. A lot of these things are function the same way, but sometimes a video will help somebody figure out how to use this. So you will hear me talk to my mom, but it's not exclusively for my mom, but all moms out there that may need help. So Mom, this is for you. To start the chassis off, there's these wheels that connect to the chassis, and this is the pull switch to connect it. So right here is the electrical connectors, and right here is where it hooks in. You got the hooks right there and right there, and then the electrical connection. So in order to get this thing connected, you bring it to where the hooks line up with that bar. Let's see if I can do it on camera. So you can see they are hooked in there and right there. And then you snap that down. It should be locked in. Here's the reverse of that. Pull the tab and the wheels disconnect. Then to put it back together, you can pick it up, make sure the bars line up, and line up into the hook on both sides. Let go of the tab, and I didn't quite get it locked in. You can see this, the tab lets that part down, and then when you bring it down, that's where it hooks onto that bar and keeps it locked in. Now for the seat, you see there's that post that's going to go to this thing here. This part goes in here. As you can see, with two holes, it is adjustable, so depending on which hole you choose to put it in is how high the seat's gonna fit. And then this is the nut and bolt that secure that. So you have the nut and the washer, and then the bolt is going to go in here. So you got to line it up with the hole. So this hole isn't lined up. Pick it up, and then you can see through, and that's where the bolt's going to go. Couldn't see it on camera, but I put the bolt through that hole. Then I take the nut, or I take the washer, and I put that over the bolt on the other side, and then I put the nut onto that side. And then there it should be tightened to secure it. Now for the arms of the chair, you have the arm for the right hand side that fits the controller, and then the arm that does not. This will go on the left. right here on the side of the chair, as you can see, this is the seat and the back. You put the arm through there. So this is the left hand side, so I will put the left arm inside this hole. So let me see so you can see it. Arm inside this hole. Make sure it slides down. Slid down. And this screw here gets tightened to where the arm doesn't move. Same here on the other side, same hole, but this one has the controller. So this is the controller arm. I put it in there, slide it down, slide in, and then I tighten the screw. Now for the controller, you put it inside the square and adjust it to where you want it. Tighten this down. After tightening that down, make sure you hook the wire in this hook right here. That'll hold the wire to where you can bring it out of the way. This right here is your chassis. Right here we have the seat post. When I send this to you, it might be detached depending on whether or not it fits in the box that I'm going to send it in. But you have your two motors here. These two motors is what makes it easy for this thing to turn. On top of that, each motor has a neutral position. So if you need your chair to move when you don't have it ready to go, put it in the neutral position, lets it roll. So when you're transporting it, you should have it in the neutral position, and also when you're transporting it, it fits, it'll roll easy. Then you have your battery. Your battery fits in this location here. You usually can tell by the battery connectors on your battery. That's where that connects to. Usually they have a track that lets it slide in there. So for your battery to be able to connect, just make sure it follows that track, slips in, and then your battery is connected. Also on your battery, it might come with a charging port. So this one is right there. That way you can charge your battery without having it connected to the chair. Also on the chair, you have that connecting port to charge your chair. But now we're going to put the seat on, so then this thing will be 100% put together. And this is only a part to show you that it all comes apart and it can easily fit in the trunk of a car or the back seat. So go ahead and put that on. Before I do that, you should see that there is a connection for the controller. That controller connects to the computer of the chair. This is the connection. The computer It's going to be right down there. But you shouldn't have to worry about this. Alright, so here's the chair. I might fast forward things to not too hard. So on the seat post, this is where the chair connects. You can see that there are several brackets there, or not brackets, openings on the seat post. That is because this chair swivels. The swivel bar is right there, and that makes it to where you can turn the chair. So when you're putting this on, make sure you push this down and line it up with the post to where it slides in. So, try to do it on camera, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Push that down. You know your chair's in the post when the swivel bar locks up from turning. So now that the chair's in the post, this thing is completely assembled with the exception of the controller connector. I'm going to put it with the battery so none of the slack tugs on anything while you're riding it. So you see right here, I'm making the connection. Oops, can't do it with my phone in my hand. Then there's a tab that hooks into there. So make sure that tab gets across there, so then when you're using this, it doesn't come easily disconnected. Now when you're trying to disconnect it, you push on the back here, and that lifts up the tab to where it'll come together. So keep that in mind from when you're using this. Alright, so now that I have it assembled, this is your controller. Your controller has a power button. Because I have it in neutral, it is flashing. So this chair is not going to move. In order to take it out of neutral, that's where these tabs that I showed you are at. Now we'll go over here. It's still flashing. You have to turn your chair off and turn it back on when you have taken out of neutral and have it ready to go. So the joystick makes it to where the chair turns. Right now I'm bringing it back. Now I'm bringing it forward. This battery indicator light lets you know how much charge the battery has. Then you have your speed. This right here brings the speed down. This right here brings the speed up. Max speed, faster the scooter's gonna go. So you bring it forward, turn to the left, turn to the right, and that's how you use it. Bring the footrest down so you can use the footrests. What else can I tell you? Always make sure your cable's plugged. Don't let it get ran over by the wheels, or else you're gonna have to get a new wire. Oh, this right here is adjustable. There's that knob right there. If you loosen it up, you can make your controller go further out. Then you tighten it down and it won't move. So depending on where you feel comfortable with that being, adjust it how you need to. As I said, this thing swivels, so push this down. It says push. Turn the chair, and now you can get out of the side of the chair. It'll lock into place. If you don't need that, just bring it forward, and you can drive forward. Let me see if this thing moves in swivel mode. It does move in swivel mode, so be careful hitting the controller when you're swiveled. Armrests come up to get out of your way if you need to stand, but if you need them to help you get up, you can use those. These are also adjustable. There's a screw right here. You can have them to where they go down lower or come up higher when you have them down. So definitely pay attention to that screw if you need to adjust it to make it more comfortable. And I hope it's enough information. I didn't mention the horn. There's a horn for this thing, but who wants to hear that? Another thing to this is if you need the arms to come out wider, there's an adjustable screw right there on the back of the seat. So if the seat's not wide enough for you, or the arms are not wide enough for you, just unscrew this screw, and then you can bring the arms out to be over here instead of right here. The seat post is adjustable too. I don't think you need to adjust that because you're short. But right there where the seat post screws in, if you unscrew that bolt from its nut, which is on the other side, you can raise the seat post and raise the seat at the same time. So keep that in mind if you need to adjust things.